howdy, my name is Caretaker and I run the Facebook page Lavender Town, and I was given the topic of abortion to rant about, and I'm going to go ahead and rant about it, and go ahead and jump in the game real quick. I'm playing on noob for the simple fact that I cannot concentrate while playing this game and ranting at the same time, so I'm going the easiest difficulty so I can try to give something for you to watch while listening to my book. You know, something to entertain while I talk. So, okay, I'm going to start off with this by saying flat out, I really don't care about abortion. Okay, I don't. When I ran the Atheist Youth page, it came up a lot because it is a big deal with religion, and I'll get into that later. But me personally, I don't care. I have never been with anyone who has got, well, I've known people who have gotten them, namely someone I used to work with, but it never affected me or made me think any differently or anything. So I'm just gonna say flat out that I really don't care. To be completely and quite frankly honest, I don't care. And with that, sorry, just got a list here to make sure. I'm gonna go into my other topics as to why I don't. Okay, a big thing that comes up with abortion, and especially sites that are pro-life, is health risks and whatnot. Now I'm gonna get into one of the biggest risks of childbirth, okay, and that is the mother dying, or even the child having a defect. We're not going to get into that later with the letter. Right now, we're going to focus on the mother, okay? Now, if a child's mother dies, that leaves... I'm going to go with picture-perfect family here. Picture-perfect husband and wife. And they decide to have a child, okay? And there's complications and the wife dies. Okay. Where does that leave the family? That leaves a single father with a child. And that child could very well be left behind as a reminder. And, you know, it could be seen as sweet. Oh, well, you have her child. You know, she's always in your mind. In my opinion, I don't want a child if I'm not going to be able to raise it with my wife. I'd much rather have my wife, so given the circumstances, I would push to have an abortion if it meant keeping my wife alive. There will be more opportunities, and if not, I will gladly adopt if we decide to come to it. Oh, forgot the key. No, that's just my issue on that anyway. So, you know, when it comes to me, but personally, I would rather have a wife over a child. Sorry, I don't care. It's wife over child, hands down, no questions asked. I will always say that. So, I'm going to go to the next issue, too, which is rape victims, okay? Do you think a rape victim is honestly gonna want to have to keep her rapist's child? And, think about that in two ways. First of all, she has to live with this child. She now has to take care of another human being. Who's to say she could even take care of herself? What if this is a woman who's barely making ends meet and now has a child and she has to take care of? You know, that's pretty fucked up. You know? I know people are like, oh, well, that's not always the case. Not always, but it can be the case as such. And not to mention, like I said, it's a brand new part of life. And yeah, I'm sure she could put it up for adoption. What if she doesn't want to put it up for adoption? What if she's someone who feels very attached and she decides to carry the trimester? Or whatever it's called. Then she's stuck with this kid, you know? That's not the issue either. I'm gonna go on a random tangent here too and tell you some really fucked up shit about this. If a rapist rapes a woman and impregnates her, he has the right to take his child. Yeah, I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. He can rape a woman, finish, get her pregnant, and then if he so chooses to get her information and find out where she is, he can take her to court and force her to have this child. No, I shouldn't say force. I shouldn't say force. If she decides to have a child, he can take it away from her. That's pretty fucked up. So, in my opinion, you know, and I'm sure that there are women who have had to do this, you know, go this route, whatnot. gone this route. As a victim of a rape and gotten impregnated, I'm pretty sure there's women. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking weird. I'm tired. There are women who have decided to get an abortion because they probably cannot handle a child, and they don't want their rapist's kid. I mean, come on, would you want to sit there and raise a kid who was not formed out of a loving relationship, but because a dude decided that you were a prime target and decided to take advantage and rape you? No, I don't think you really would. Not to mention, you gotta think of telling that kid who his father is. Like, Mommy, where's Daddy? Why isn't Daddy ever here? Why doesn't Daddy love me? You're a rape victim, kid. You're a rape victim's kid. Sorry, there's no clean or, like, really good way to say that. You can lie to your child if you want to be, like, flat out frank and honest with him or her. I'm just gonna say him just for the sake of, just for the sake of it being easier for me. It's when that kid grows up, that's gotta have an effect on his head. And I'm doubting it's gonna be a very positive one. No offense, but I mean, that would kind of be fucked up. Oh yeah, Daddy found me outside of a Wendy's one day, and he pinned me to the wall and raped me. Yeah, that's where you came from, Junior. That's why Daddy's not here. Yeah, that's, not something I'd ever like to discuss with my child if I ever decided to have one. Though, it really wouldn't be me having that conversation, seeing as I'm a man, but, that's what, all that is, it's good for a rape victim to have the option to get an abortion for such issues, such as that, I mean, it just is, No one cares, it's a gift from God, and I swear to God, I'll tell you right now, if I ever see a comment or anything saying like, oh, it's a gift from God, or blah, 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 I'll ban you right the fuck out. No questions asked, no arguments. I will ban you off everything I possibly can. If I can IP fucking block you, I will. I don't even want to hear that shit. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's a gift from God, so he decided to send someone to rape you. Okay then, right. That's totally an awesome gift from God. That's what I want. Nothing like a little bit of rape in your day. God loves you. Which, by the way, if anyone's asking, I'm an atheist, and I will be getting into this issue later. Regarding religion and abortion. So, on to my next issue, which is a child or a fetus until it develops to a certain point is not alive. It does not maintain the multiple what's the word I'm looking for? The multiple requirements to be considered a living organism. It just doesn't. If anything, it could be considered a parasite. It gets the mother sick, sometimes to the point of death. It feeds off of the mother. It doesn't reproduce, blah, blah, blah. It's just, it could be seen as a parasite, okay? I know someone's going to be all upset. Oh, don't say that about a child. It's a beautiful... Look, I'm going off pure scientific fact here, okay? If you really want to look down to it, a kid's a parasite, okay? When it starts off, it's nothing more than a parasite. Yes, it's a child, but it's a parasite, okay? Don't get all uppity and make me say, don't make it out like I'm calling all children parasites, please. Seriously. I mean, come on. Be realistic here. It's a parasite, okay? It's, in my opinion, in what I've researched, when I've looked into, it's not alive. Until it develops to a certain extent, it is not a living creature. It's just not, okay? And the next topic is a pretty hectic one. And, oh shit. Nothing to see here. Good. And the next topic I'm going to is religion. Okay, I'm not going to go into this debate with anyone. Don't even fucking bother with me, okay? I've ranted on religion enough. I'm sick of constantly being roped into it. I don't want to talk about religion anymore, okay? I don't. I will save that for another video or something, alright? I promise I'll do another video or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, okay? The point is, for right now, I'm just gonna go strictly on abortion. And the weird shit that I have seen, and things that I think are wrong. First of all, your religion has absolutely no right to to say whether or not something is alive, okay? It's religion, okay? It's based on faith, and faith shouldn't decide whether or not something is alive. If I look at my dead cat, and be like, no, I have faith, Scruffy's still alive, I think I saw his stomach, I think I saw his chest puff up. No, if Scruffy's not moving, and Scruffy's been run over by a car, Scruffy's dead, okay? He's not alive. No amount of religious whatever will bring Scruffy back, okay? It's a terrible analogy, but forgive me, I'm trying, okay? I'm sorry if that's not good enough right now. But my point is, religion is not an adequate source of what is and is not alive, okay? I'm gonna go with my textbooks and what I've learned, and all that other good stuff, okay? So, I kind of want to talk more on this, but all I have against it is pretty much negative. Like, and this actually ties into something else, so I'm gonna go ahead and look into this. Now, I'm just gonna bring it up on another topic, because religion is a multifaceted thing. But as I said, I'm gonna bring it up in something else, so let me just take stock of where I am right now. I think I'm gonna go to this silo, so. My next topic is, it's a woman's choice. Okay, it's not your choice, and I know people say, oh, it's women's choice. No, it's not even women's choice. Okay, it is the woman herself's choice. It's not another woman's choice, it's not a man's choice, it's no one's choice but the woman, because it does not affect anyone but said woman. Okay? So stop getting it. It's my guess what? In this matter, your opinion does not matter. It is not your choice. It is nothing to do with you. Okay? Even if you're the father of said child, it is not your choice. Yes, you can have some say in it, and you'd have more say in it than anyone else. But when it comes down to it, it's the woman's choice, okay? It's her body, it's her choice. Let her do what she needs to do, what she wants. You may not agree with it, and it may be a very, very sentimental and very heart-wrenching story between the two of you, and it may end in a divorce or whatever. But when it comes down to it, it's the woman's choice, and that's how I feel in that matter, okay? And I'm gonna say this right now. I've done some research. I'm not super duper, knowledgeable about this stuff, but I have done some research into it because I need to know about this stuff. Having an atheist page, having people ask me about it, and it being a very, oh, son of a bitch, having it being a big issue in today's society. Being a big issue in today's society, I like to keep up to date somewhat, Oh, god damn it. Sorry. Anyway, and so we're to the next topic, and this is a really hot topic regarding this issue, and that's defects in children, okay? Now, please don't get me wrong when I say this. If a child has a birth defect, especially one that will affect its life inadvertently, like, I remember hearing a story about a woman who, and the off chance was religious, and she was going to have a child, but the child was deemed dead. Like, they said flat out it had a very serious birth defect and would not survive. It just wouldn't. There was no possible way it would survive. And the child ended up being born, living for 3 weeks, and from what they could tell, the child was in constant pain, was crying, had a miserable 3 weeks of life. And they were praising God and saying how much of a miracle it is that their child was... No, the poor thing suffered for 3 weeks. What should have happened was the woman should have had an abortion, chalked it up as a, as a tragedy, been like, okay, seriously? Come on. The woman should have chalked it up, had an abortion, and been like, okay, now is not our time to have a child. Because that kid had 3 weeks where it sat there and suffered, and that's fucked up, okay? And I don't care what anybody says on the matter, it's fucked up. That kid had to suffer for 3 weeks. I think if it's a strong enough birth effect that it could inadvertently affect its life, then yes, an abortion is a good option. Okay? And don't get me wrong with, people like, I have family that have defects. And they're perfectly good people. They're awesome. And that's, I'm not saying that they deserve to be aborted. I'm not like actual strong physical defects. Ones that can, oh, come on! Nope. Detour mother. Oh, no. Come on. I'm talking about actual strong defects that can inadvertently affect their life and even end their life prematurely. That's what I'm going on. Alright? So, on to the next topic, which is unsafe abortions. Now, abortion is a completely safe procedure, okay? There is nothing about abortion that is bad. Yes, there could be a chance of some minor scraping, some irritation, perhaps even a minor infection, because if you're going inside of you're getting into organs and internal organs and things like that, there's bound to be some kind of complications, but not nearly as bad as what some people try to make it out to be. I mean, I went to a website looking for information on abortions, and the stuff I read was appalling. Like, absolutely ridiculous, even for someone as knowledgeable about it as I am. It was just ridiculous. Saying things like, oh, it gives a major increase in cervical cancer, and you can get herpes and hemorrhoids, and blah, 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 and all these diseases that get listed off. I think every possible disease regarding a woman's, reproductive organs. I'm like, there's no way. Okay, there's no way that any of that could inadvertently cause any of that to happen. As much as they want it to, no, it does not do that. Abortion is a very safe procedure when done correctly. If done improperly, which some women do resort to, the simple fact that they cannot find a proper doctor and they're desperate, then yes, in that sense, it can cause death, and it is very dangerous. If you're looking into getting an abortion, you need to see a licensed doctor who will do it properly. That is the only way that a woman should do it. If not, then yes, there are severe risks involved with abortion. Only in that case, let's just say if it's going to break up, a person not going to an end. When it darkens, you're locked from the inside. Most of them are standing straight through snow, others find a creep. So, like I said, you gotta be safe, okay? You can't just go to some random unlicensed practitioner and expect it to be a completely safe procedure. You just can't. No, it's just how it is. You can't expect you to be safe when you're going to some random doctor in like Guatemala and shit, okay? There's little to no risks, alright? There's little to none. Also, regarding what I said earlier about abortions and fully developed fetuses and whatnot, most abortions, and I'm going to go with the US and the UK because that's where a lot of my fans are from. I'm from the US. Most abortions are done before the 21st trimester. And at that point, I'm pretty sure that the fetus is not properly developed yet, so they're not even alive, okay? They're not. They're not fully developed yet. And most would say that they are not considered developed at that point. Not enough to be considered a living being anyway. And, I'm going to start wrapping up because this video is going longer than I wanted to. I didn't expect to last this long or talk for this long, especially on this topic, but I want to be thorough. And I'm sure I missed some things, and if I did, please leave in the comments. I'll try my best to answer. But, he's in the stairs up here, or is he down there waiting for me? Whatever. Oh, he's getting close. I don't think I'm making it into this one, fellas. Really? Ugh, I have a light, and I glow. Ah, he got me by the ankles. Okay, and so I'm going to recap since I died, and this video's getting way too long. I'm going to recap with a major thing, and this is one thing that's always going to come up when regarding this issue, and that's protection, okay? I'm going to put out there right now. Protection is not a 100% guaranteed chance if you're not getting pregnant, okay? Birth control, other forms of contraception, condoms, others more severe birth control, methods will not 100% keep you protected, okay? You need to be thorough. Birth control, condoms, spermicide, you need to be thorough with this stuff because it's not going to guarantee you won't get pregnant, but it will help reduce the chances of pregnancy as well as sexually transmitted diseases. So you need to make sure to use you need to use protection. If you don't, you can't say like, oh my god, I can't believe I got pregnant. You got pregnant because you didn't use protection. You didn't think. you know, the pull-out method is not a 100% tried and true method, okay? Even the slightest bit of sperm can get a woman pregnant, okay? It's not 100%, but it can happen, alright? So just, you know, if you're thinking about it, use protection, please. And if more people, like, in a perfect world where everyone used protection properly with 100%, then we might not need abortion. But in a world where rape and unexpected pregnancies and all that stuff happens, abortion isn't all that bad. It's a very healthy procedure, and there are women out there who are going to make that choice, and it's their decision whether or not to do it. Not yours, not mine, not anyone's, alright? So I'm going to wrap the video up here. It's gone on for much longer than I would have liked it to, and I might even do a text cap on this just to make it a little easier for me. It's much easier for me to text, talk, and then play a game such as Slender, or Haunt. Oh, fucking hate Slender. Breaking my Haunt and Sugar Rant, so. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Leave me a comment, you know, if I forgot anything you didn't hear, or something else you'd like me to go on to, or something you'd want me to go into more detail, and I will do my best to answer in the comments below. Thank you, and have a good night. Bye.